artistic celebration of beautiful minds, a joint effort by Artscraft and Srivatsa MA Memorial Trust for Mental Health, Bangalore, India. World Mental Health Day is an international day for global mental health for education, awareness, advocacy against social stigma, which is being celebrated on 10th October every year since 1992. It was first celebrated in 1992 as the initiative of the World Federation for Mental Health, a global mental health organization with members and contacts in more than 150 countries. This day in the month of October, thousands of supporters come to celebrate this annual awareness program to bring attention to mental illness and its major effect on people's lives worldwide. In some countries, this day is part of an awareness week, such as Mental Health Week in Australia. We Artscraft and Srivatsa MA Memorial Trust for Mental Health, Bangalore, India, are organizing an event called Artistic Celebration of Beautiful Minds. The celebration of life through arts will be starting in this month of April and will continue till October 2022 and in true sense beyond that as well. Artscrafts focuses on promoting exclusive, innovative, and artistic talents from all around the world, especially from the land with the oldest and richest culture, India. Our mission is to bring forth contemporary art skills that anyone can connect to at the basic level. We also provide a platform for a wide range of audience as well as artists to explore the different cultures that people all around the globe celebrate. Our belief is to unveil the unknown artists and showcase their work by releasing high quality and limited edition art forms. Srivasta MA Memorial Trust for Mental Health is founded by Dr. Ranga Sri Kishore and Madlur Ajinarayan, sister and brother of Srivasta MA, in his fond memory, who unfortunately lived with a difficult mental health condition all his life until his death on 24th April 2019 at the age of 54. This trust of Srivasta MA Trust for Mental Health is the life vision of Dr. Ranga Sri Kishore and Mr. Malur Ajinarayan with an intent to support programs that help mental illness as a part of their social responsibility towards the society. This trust is a public charitable trust having no commercial or profit motives and shall be a voluntary organization vested with national interest. The members of this trust always ensure that all sections of the society who are the beneficiaries in India, irrespective of the caste, creed, religion, and region of domicile in India, are treated with equal justice. The Trust will be undertaking programs for well-being of mental illness and other activities. The aim of the Trust is to play an important role in the society as non-governmental organization NGO and channelizing the finances for right sources and projects which are fully accountable for public. In this connection, the Trust shall initiate and undertake projects all over India and be willing to conduct research activities in the relevant fields. The activities of the Trust are to support charitable programs that help patients suffering from mental illness as well as their caregivers and families.
It makes you calm and mild, though sometimes wild, yet like a child. It never makes you insane, it never gives you stress and strain. This is the beauty of a brain.
Let's start. I request all of you to please mute your audio so that there won't be any disturbance. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Devishri. Thank you, Anilji. Thank you, Artscrafts, for the opportunity to moderate this event. I'm really glad that we all are here to discuss, certain things that people, don't really, they don't really feel the need to be aware of or be a part of a discussion, sometimes because of the fear that you can be ostracized, or sometimes because of certain things that society makes you feel about when you talk about mental health and the issues that we face on a day-to-day basis. I'm really glad that you all are here, and we have some very distinguished people among us. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's start. So first of all, hearty welcome all of you, and I would just like to say something that the views and the opinions that we are expressing here are strictly personal, and it's subjective, and you are free to express your opinions and art crafts, and um, you know the organizers, they are in no way claiming any ownership of the opinions that is being expressed here. So I welcome all of you to express your feelings, your worries, your questions, everything. It shall be addressed by distinguished people here, and we'll be having a fruitful discussion, I hope. And let's start with Ms. Rangashri Kishore, Dr. Rangashri Kishore, a very distinguished person who is a very important part of what's happening here today, the artistic celebration of beautiful minds. I'm really glad that I have been hearing about you for a long time, ma'am. So I would like to introduce you on behalf of Artscrafts today. Ms. Rangashri, Dr. Rangashri actually, she is an eminent library expert and a social worker, brother of M.A. Srivatsa, on whose name the trust they have started for mental health awareness. So she'll be speaking more about her experiences and why they started the trust, and what was the experiences that made her to these, to the founding of this organization. So I request Dr. Rangashri to speak more on the topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for introducing me, and thanks a lot to Arts and Crafts team, especially to Anil Kejriwalji, who I happened to get to know in the month of April when I saw some Facebook posts of Arts and Crafts, Sankat Mochan Hanuman Ji ka jo you all had started. And from there I connected to him, and instantly he was very happy to support my idea that we should have people, not just normal people, participate in art participations. We must encourage mentally challenged persons who are in rehabs, who are in hospitals, who are undertaking treatment. They need a channel to express their artistic capabilities, and encourage them to have some kind of outlet where they can express their mind through art. And he was very receptive to my idea. Primarily we started this trust in the name of my brother Srivatsa MA, who today incidentally is his birthday, and he would have turned about 58 years. Unfortunately, we lost him on April 24th in 2019. But what I felt was that we have to keep his memory alive, though we had challenging times with him all through the number of years that have been associated in caring for him. I realized that long-term care and short-term care is very important for people like him, and if they are in the residential care in away from home, they need an outlet where they can express their mind, and they are under circumstances. So this opportunity that Anilji has created for us, reach out to all the rehabs that I'm connected with, all the institutions that I reached out. Many of them have stepped in to help us to engage people like them to come forward and do that. And I'm really grateful to all the institutions who instantly agreed to participate and have conducted the program in their own institutions. So I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them, and all the participants who have taken time to create this program. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Malur Narayan. I am one of the co-founders of the MA Srivatsa Mental Health Foundation, along with Ms. Dr. Rangeshri Kishore. We are really, really excited to be sponsoring this event led by Arts Dubai. I want to first of all, thank all the participants and all the organizations that have taken a very active part in this contest. Art is a great form of therapy for the mind, and it's a great way for everyone involved to be able to express their creativity and showcase it to the world. And we are very excited to be a part of it in a small way. I hope you first of all, congratulations on your certificate, and thank you for participating and doing such a great job. I look forward to showcasing this in many more forums. We also look forward to being able to do this on an annual basis. I want to thank Mr. Anil Kejriwal from Arts Dubai and his organization, who have been instrumental in supporting and driving this whole effort, and my sister Rangeshri Kishore, who has been tirelessly working for the last 30 years in the mental health space, and in particular for the last few months on this for this entire year on this effort. And of course, each of you who's a participant, and the organizations and the caregivers who have been instrumental in making this happen. Thank you again, and October 8th is my brother's birthday. He would have turned 59 today, and he's not here unfortunately with us, but I hope we can continue his legacy, and also I hope to continue this on an ongoing basis. Thank you, and have a great weekend and a great month. Thanks.
I would like to request Mr. Abhijit, Mr. Abhijit Singh. He is the co-founder, Transforming Ones, certified sound healer and trainer, gong player, International Academy of Sound Healing, certified yoga and pranayama specialist, Brahmavachas International Yoga Academy. He'll be speaking on yoga and mental health, which is a very relevant topic. I request Mr. Abhijit, please.
आप सभी को प्रणाम. First of all, thank you Anil ji and team for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this group, and today to share my views on mental health. Post-COVID, we are seeing many more cases coming up with mental stress-related cases. Even pre-COVID, we were dealing with lots of cases where the root cause of the problems were the stress. Even it has been, we have seen in different surveys also, people who are visiting general physicians, 80% of problems are related with stress. So in today's time, if we see that stress is the major factor of all the physical, emotional, and mental problems. So rather than we always tend to work on symptoms, we forget about the root cause, how to address the root cause of the problem. And working on the root cause, we need to first understand the problem. If we see aggression in a child, or if we see we are in an environment where there is a lot of stress and unnecessary fighting, aggression, and hatred is there in the environment. So we tend to absorb those feelings right away, and we start tuning into that frequency and start working subconsciously. Okay, so we need to change that frequency inside us, and it's not always what we are seeing in the other person's behavior is the person itself. We need to see through that person. अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम में है तो उसके पीछे की जो समस्या है उसको समझते हुए उसके साथ डील करना चाहिए. सबसे पहले कंसर्न ये आता है कि हमें एक्सेप्टेंस आनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी को कहना हमें तो स्ट्रेस ही नहीं है, हमें ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम. हमें बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे मिलते हैं जो काउंसलिंग के लिए आते हैं लेकिन एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं कि उनको स्ट्रेस. वो बताएंगे फैमिली में दूसरे मेंबर्स को स्ट्रेस है, मेरी वाइफ को स्ट्रेस है, मेरे बच्चे को स्ट्रेस है, मेरे फादर को स्ट्रेस है, लेकिन ये नहीं एक्सेप्ट कर पाते हैं कि हमें खुद को स्ट्रेस है. सो इस चीज पे सबसे पहले वर्क करना चाहिए, समझना चाहिए कि हम भी ह्यूमन बीइंग हैं, और ऐसा नहीं है कि ये स्ट्रेस या प्रॉब्लम या लाइफस्टाइल प्रॉब्लम्स जितनी है ये टैबू है। हम पंच तत्वों से बने हुए हैं और उसमें वेरिएशंस हो सकते हैं। हमें हमेशा एक अच्छे लेवल पे पहुंचने का प्रयास करते रहना चाहिए। तो पहला लेवल आ गया कि एक्सेप्टेंस, हमने एक्सेप्ट किया यस देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच नीड्स टू बी करेक्टेड विद इन अस। फिर हमें समझना है कि हाँ, हम उसको कैसे करें, व्हाट इज द वे टू डू दैट। अब योग और प्राणायाम ध्यान जहां रोल प्ले करता है, वो एक्चुअली हमारे हर एक एग्जिस्टिंग लेवल पे प्ले करता है, फिजिकल, मेंटल, इमोशनल। जो हमारे अष्टांग योग के 8 भाग हैं, यम, नियम, आसन, प्राणायाम, धारणा, ध्यान, समाधि, ये जितने भी हैं, प्रत्याहार, इन सबका एक सीक्वेंस है, एक डेफिनेट सीक्वेंस है। ऐसा नहीं है कि ध्यान पहले आ गया और यम नियम बाद में चला गया। यम इज यूनिवर्सल डिसिप्लिन, नियम इज सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन, देन कम्स आसनास, बॉडी फिजिकल लेवल पे हमें उसको मेंटेन करना है, देन वी वर्क ऑन ब्रेथ, प्राणायाम, देन वी वर्क ऑन माइंड, ध्यान, और सबसे एंड में आता है समाधि। सो इस लेवल पे जब हम वर्क करते हैं तो हम बहुत ही अच्छे से अपने आप को हर एक एग्जिस्टेंस लेवल पे अपने जो है हम स्ट्रॉन्ग करते हैं। सबसे पहली चीज है, हमें समझना चाहिए हमारे मानव शरीर की जो संरचना है उसके हिसाब से हमें उसको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए। अभी हमारा कुछ भी जो है फिजिकल बाउंड्रीज नहीं रह गया है। वर्किंग आवर्स हमारे बहुत ही वेरियस रहते हैं, नाइट शिफ्ट्स हैं, ग्रेवयार्ड शिफ्ट्स हैं, मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट्स हैं। तो उन सब में रहते हुए हमें कैसे मैनेज करना है ये भी हमें समझना बहुत जरूरी है। बेसिकली स्ट्रेस को अगर हम डिफाइन करते हैं तो ब्रेन वेव्स फ्रीक्वेंसीज होती हैं जो हमारी डिफरेंट लेवल्स पे वर्क करती हैं। अगर हम नेट पे भी गूगल पे नॉर्मल सर्च करेंगे ब्रेन वेव फ्रीक्वेंसीज, आपको डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसीज मिलेंगी, जैसे बीटा, अल्फा, थीटा एंड डेल्टा, विच रेंजेस फ्रॉम 35-40 हर्ट्ज टू 0 हर्ट्ज। बेसिकली ये सिग्निफाई करती है कि हमारा ब्रेन किस लेवल पे अभी वर्क कर रहा है। मोर नंबर ऑफ थॉट्स means more stress, less number of thoughts means less stress, calmness। so जब हम बीटा फ्रीक्वेंसी पे होते हैं तो हम बहुत अलर्ट सिचुएशन में होते हैं, जैसे हम बहुत फोकस करके कोई काम कर रहे हैं, या जैसे हम ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, या हम जो है पैकिंग कर रहे हैं सपोज, या कुछ भी जैसे हम स्पीच दे रहे हैं, तो बहुत हमारा माइंड जो है बहुत फोकस्ड होता है, दैट इज आवर बीटा फ्रीक्वेंसी। फिर थोड़ा सा लोअर होता है तो हमारा आता है अल्फा फ्रीक्वेंसी। फिर धीमे धीमे हम थीटा फ्रीक्वेंसी में पहुंचते हैं विद ब्रेथ वर्क, और डेल्टा फ्रीक्वेंसी तक हम 0 to 6 हर्ट्ज में पहुंचते हैं, दैट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू जीरो थॉट स्टेट। बहुत ही साइंटिफिक चीज है और इसमें हेल्प करता है जब हम प्राणायाम के थ्रू वर्क करते हैं। प्राणायाम जो है वो श्वासों का ब्रीदिंग टेक्निक्स होता है, और ये अगर प्रॉपरली किया जाए तो विदाउट एनी मेडिकेशन वी कैन क्योर ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स। इसके पीछे का हमें कंसेप्ट समझना बहुत जरूरी है। जैसे हम अगर बीमार होते हैं तो हमें सपोज फीवर है तो हमें कहा जाएगा पैरासीटामोल वेट के हिसाब से ले लीजिए, 500 mg 600 mg आप वेट के हिसाब से लीजिए। अभी अगर वही हम कह दें नहीं आप 50 mg ले लीजिए तो फीवर नहीं उतरेगा, राइट। इसी तरह प्राणायाम में भी पैरामीटर्स हैं, मानक हैं उसमें। जब तक हमारी इनहेलेशन एक्सहेलेशन बियॉन्ड 15 सेकेंड्स एंड 20 सेकेंड्स नहीं पहुंचेगी, वो प्राणायाम एक्टिवेट नहीं करेगा हमारा सिस्टम उसको हील करने के लिए। सो फर्स्ट 2 to 3 मंथ्स के प्रैक्टिस में हम यही सिखाते हैं कि पहले आप अपनी ब्रीदिंग को नॉर्मल करके इंक्रीज करिए, उसके बाद उसमें हम टेक्निक्स ऐड करते हैं, जैसे अनुलोम विलोम हो गया, या किसकी कैसी प्रॉब्लम है उसके हिसाब से हो गया। इनहेलेशन एक्सहेलेशन के रेशियोज हम चेंज कर सकते हैं, बहुत सिंपल टेक्निक्स हैं, बट उसके लिए हमें अपनी इंटरनल कैपेसिटी बढ़ाने की जरूरत है। जनरल फीडबैक ये मिलता है कि नहीं हमने बहुत टाइम से ट्राई किया लेकिन हमें इतना ही इंप्रूवमेंट मिल पाया, उससे ऊपर नहीं मिला या इंप्रूवमेंट नहीं मिला। सो आपको सबसे पहले अप्रोच करना है, जो इनिशियली किसी भी चीज में अगर आप कुछ करना चाह रहे हैं तो पहले उनके एक्सपर्ट्स को अप्रोच करना बहुत जरूरी है, चाहे वो कितना ही आपको सिंपल दिखती हो, कोई भी मोडालिटी, कोई भी फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सरसाइज है, लर्निंग है, कुछ भी है। सो आप पहले ये देखिए कि कहाँ आपको राइट नॉलेज मिल पा रही है और कहाँ पे ये काम हो पा रहा है। इसके बाद हम बात करते हैं, जब हम ब्रीदिंग पे वर्क करना शुरू कर देते हैं और एक कंटिन्यूअस उस पे हम वर्क करते हैं, तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमारी बॉडी में चेंज होने लगती हैं। जैसे कि लेवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, लेवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन जितना अच्छा होगा हमारी बॉडी में, स्ट्रेस उतना ही कम होगा, मेंटल क्लैरिटी बहुत अच्छी होगी, क्लटर्ड माइंड नहीं रहेगा, स्ट्रेस विल बी नथिंग, नथिंग फॉर यू, अगर हमारा ऑक्सीजन का लेवल बहुत अच्छा है। अब वो कैसे बनेगा, इसके लिए हमें डेली प्रैक्टिस करनी है। सबसे पहली चीज, हम फिजिकली अपने को देख सकते हैं कि हम फिजिकली कैसे दिख रहे हैं। सुबह उठेंगे, हम फेस वॉश करेंगे, ब्रश करेंगे, नित्य क्रिया करेंगे, ये हम फिजिकल लेवल पे कर रहे हैं। लेकिन मेंटल लेवल पे हमें कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा है कि मेंटल बैगेज कैसा है। अगर दिख भी रहा है तो हम उसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं। जैसे छोटी छोटी बात पे इरिटेट हो जाना, चीजों को भूल जाना, काम कहा गया था ध्यान नहीं रहा। क्यों नहीं ध्यान रहा? क्योंकि स्ट्रेस बढ़ा हुआ है। सो ये भी हमारे सिग्नल्स हैं कि हमारा मेंटल स्ट्रेस अगर बढ़ रहा है तो उसको कंट्रोल कैसे करना है। सो उसके लिए भी हमें डेली प्रैक्टिस बहुत जरूरी है। अपने शेड्यूल में अगर आप अपने लिए 45 मिनट्स नहीं निकाल पा रहे हैं, तो अपने आप 24 आवर्स में जितना भी काम कर रहे हैं वो व्यर्थ जाएगा, आप ऐसा समझिए। मिनिमम 45 मिनट्स आपको अपने लिए देना है। अपने शेड्यूल में जैसे भी सेट हो सकता है आप उसको करिए। 15 मिनट्स का प्राणायाम या मेडिटेशन आप डेली करते हैं, आप 90 डेज में बहुत अच्छा इफेक्ट अपने ऊपर पा सकते हैं। सिंपल ब्रीदिंग टेक्निक मैं आपको बताता हूं। आपको रिलैक्स्ड होके बैठ जाना है या लेट जाना है। ब्रीदिंग की कोई भी एक्सरसाइज आप पहले करते हैं तो कोशिश करिए लेट के उसको करें, शवासन में करें, शरीर को ढीला छोड़े, धीमे धीमे श्वास भरे, बिल्कुल स्लो। कैसे पता चलेगा स्लो है? आप श्वास लेते वक्त अगर आपकी ब्रीदिंग की साउंड आ रही है, आपको खुद अपने श्वासों की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, इसका मतलब आप फास्ट ब्रीद कर रहे हो। यू नीड टू स्लो डाउन। इतना स्लो कर लेना है कि कोई भी साउंड ब्रीदिंग की ना आए, तब आप स्लो ब्रीदिंग कर रहे हैं। और उसको तब तक आप ब्रीद इन करेंगे जब तक आप फुल कैपेसिटी नहीं भर लेते। अब किसी को 5 सेकंड में भर लेंगे लंग्स को, किसी को हो सकता है 4 सेकंड्स लगे, किसी को हो सकता है 10 सेकंड्स लगे। इसके भी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट लेवल्स हैं। जब आप धीमे धीमे ये प्रैक्टिस शुरू करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि आपकी श्वास कहाँ तक भर रही है। इनिशियली हमारे लंग्स 100% वर्किंग नहीं होते, किसी के नहीं होते, क्योंकि हम लोग की बहुत ही हैफिजर्ड ब्रीदिंग पैटर्न्स होते हैं। अगर किसी का ब्रीदिंग पैटर्न आपको देखना है तो उसका सोते वक्त देखिए उसकी श्वासें कैसे चल रही है। जो स्वस्थ व्यक्ति है उसकी बहुत स्लो चलेगी, जो डिजीज्ड है उसकी श्वास बहुत अनरिदमिक रहेगी और फास्ट रहेगी। सो ये हमको प्रैक्टिस करना है कि हमारी स्लो ब्रीदिंग हो। इसी तरह एक्सेल करते हुए कॉन्शियस एफर्ट डालना है कि धीमे धीमे पूरी श्वास एक्सेल हो गई। सिंपल सा स्टेप है, आपको इनहेल करना है, एक्सेल करना है विद 100% कॉन्शियसनेस, विद फुल माइंडफुलनेस। आप इतना ब्रीथ करने लगोगे धीमे धीमे कि आपको अपना चेस्ट, स्टमक टाइट लगेगा, धीमे धीमे आर्मपिट्स टाइट हो जाएंगे, फिर आपके कॉलर बोन्स तक जो है ब्रीथ भर जाएगी और टाइट हो जाएगा। दैट इज द फुल कैपेसिटी। वो पहली बार में नहीं लगेगा, कुछ टाइम प्रैक्टिस करते 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 आपका जब 15-20 सेकेंड्स के इनहेलेशन होने लगेंगे तब आपको ये महसूस होना शुरू होगा। इसी तरह जब आप एक्सेल करेंगे तो एक्सेल करते वक्त भी आपको ध्यान रखना है कि हम कितना ज्यादा इसको अच्छे से एक्सेल कर सकें। जब ये दोनों चीजें आप ठीक से करने लगेंगे, आपके 40 to 50% स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स वहीं खत्म हो जाएंगे, यकीन मानिए। क्योंकि इनहेलेशन करते वक्त आप ऑक्सीजन को बहुत अच्छे से भर रहे हो, एक्सेल करते वक्त आप टॉक्सिक एयर को बहुत अच्छे से निकाल रहे हो। दो चीजों का ध्यान रखना है, ऑक्सीजन बढ़ेगी और जो टॉक्सिक एयर अंदर है वो अंदर ना रह जाए। अगर हम कम एक्सेल करते हैं तो अंदर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ऑलरेडी हमारे सेल्स में रह जाती है, जो और स्ट्रेस को बढ़ाती है। इसलिए एक्सलेशन पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है। इसी चीज को धीमे धीमे आपको काउंट करना है कि हम कितने सेकेंड्स इसको इनहेल एक्सेल कर पा रहे हैं। स्टार्टिंग में इनहेलेशन एक्सलेशन का रेशियो डिफरेंट रहेगा, धीमे धीमे आपको उसको बराबर लाना है और धीमे धीमे कोशिश करके एक्सलेशन को बढ़ाना है। ये एक सिंपल टेक्निक है। जब आपका इनहेलेशन एक्सलेशन बराबर आएगा और जब एक्सलेशन बढ़ने लगेगा तो जो भी डिजीज्ड व्यक्ति है, जैसे कि स्ट्रेस है, डिप्रेशन है, एंजाइटी है, वो ठीक होने लगेगी। वी हैव ट्रीटेड सो मेनी पेशेंट्स विद दिस सिंपल टेक्निक। इसके बाद आप
Abhijit ji,
जी
just Pari has to leave in 2 minutes. So just
Sure.
because there are so many questions, because your topics is very much interesting and so
Yes.
much question will be asked, and we will
Okay.
hear the Dr. Miss Akriti also. Akriti is a practicing counselor in the psychology, so we will hear from her also. But
Okay.
Pari,
We can
just
proceed
want
with the
to, you
discussion.
want to add something in because before you leave.
Yes, thank you so much, Anilji. Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. This is Pari Sagar. I'm an artist, a numerologist. I'm a theta healer and a therapist. And अभिजीत से बहुत कुछ सुनने को बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. Especially the topic today itself is the World Health Day. So mental health. Why is there so much interesting called mental health? जब आपका mentally अच्छा रहेगा तो आप physically बहुत ही अच्छे रहोगे. So that's the way we start from the yogic pranayama, meditation. These are very beautiful subjects. So in this, for my take on for this day is that as an artist, you should be a little bit more fun. जैसे आप फन करोगे, मजे करोगे, कोई भी चीज आप मजे से करोगे, believe me, you will release your stress. So when we talk about the mental health, we talk about mental health. So mental and physical are just two sides of your body. So physically you talk consciously, but जो आपके subconscious mind में जो भरा पड़ा है, वो mentally affect करता है. तो हमेशा जो आपका रिफ्लेक्शन रहता है वो मेंटली से होता है. So definitely in the theta state, when I take my clients or my students or my जो patients होते हैं मेरे पास जो आते हैं, वो हम उसको theta wave brain wave में लेके जाते हैं. That is the theta healing. We do it. So when we take them, we take it through the meditation. We bring them to the meditation state, so where they are conscious of what they are saying. So it's nothing about hypnotherapy or something where you are hypnotizing them, but you are taking them to a theta wave length, so where they are consciously talking what's going on in their life. So when we talk with them, I'm just talking about how I take up my session with my clients. So in that case, I'm saying that how we can cure it. So I'm talking about how we can bring them into their awareness of what's going on in their life. So when we take them, that one thing, what you would like to cure in your life and what you would like to have in your life, they always say something very interesting, which I would like to share. This is just your happiness. The simple thing is that they are looking for a happiness. कि कोई मेरी बात सुने, कोई मुझे पहचाने या मुझे समझे. मुझे समझने के लिए मुझे उनके लेवल के साथ बात करनी होती है. So to coordinate with them, to understand their thought process, it is the big task. When you go to their level and talk to them, they may come up with their core level. They may talk about जो childhood में होता, जो हमारी young age में होता है 0 to 7 years. It's so important. Then adolescence में जो होता है, like the young age when you are in teenager, and now what you have resolved 30s. That is all the reflection or what you carry in your DNA. Make sense? Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we talk about the core level. जो आपके बचपन में होता है वो हमेशा आप याद रखते हैं, और वो जो अगर किसी ने कोई गलत बात बोल दी है तो आपके दिमाग में ठहर जाता है, अरे इसने मुझे मना किया था कि मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, या मैं बीमार हूं तो मैं बीमार ही रहूं. So that is the mental block which creates from the parents. I am so sorry to say that sometimes the parents has to understand their child, that how they will take it forward, how they will. Then कि बच्चा जब छोटा होता है स्कूल में जाता है, तो स्कूल में जाता है तो सोच लेते हैं कि बस टीचर ही ध्यान रखे. So there comes the coexistence of the teacher and the parents for the child. How the child will be taken care by the parents, by the teachers, and then how they can bring the betterment of the mental health of the children. So that's where I would always say that जो हमारे stages होते हैं life की, where is whatever it is very important कि जो भी हो आप बात करें, किसी को हमदर्द बने. या sometimes it is very important that पहले के जमाने में नहीं होता था कि बात नहीं करते थे कि अरे इसका दिमाग का ये हो गया. But at this point of your life where you really need to seek for a therapy, you really need to go with the therapist, and you need to consult what is going on and how can you bring betterment in your life. So I always take on it कि आप पहले सोचिए कि उसको क्या चाहिए, किस तरह से आप उसको हेल्प करोगे, किस तरह से आप उसकी लाइफ में बेटरमेंट बनाओगे. सो व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द मेंटल हेल्थ वर्ल्ड मेंटल हेल्थ डे, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप कोई भी, जैसे हम पेरेंट्स के सामने बहुत अच्छे से बात नहीं करते, बट फ्रेंड्स के साथ हम अच्छे से बात करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वो सुनता है, और जो नहीं सुनता उसको नहीं सुनते हम. So it is very important to be a good listener, be a good member of the family, क्योंकि फैमिली से ही शुरुआत होती है, कहीं और जाने की जरूरत नहीं होती. थेरेपिस्ट के पास जाना बाहर की बहुत, जब हाथ से बात निकल जाती है तब आप थेरेपिस्ट के पास जाओ. First, always in a family, be a friend. Be a friend to a person who is not well. Maybe mental health के साथ साथ physical health भी बहुत ही important है आजकल. आप देखोगे कि हर जगह आपको hospitals दिखते हैं, pharmacies दिखते हैं, like तो totally आपका दिमाग already alter हो जाता है. अरे मुझे दवाई लेनी है, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है. तो ट्रिगर रहता है हमेशा कि अगर मैं दवाई नहीं खाऊंगा तो मैं अच्छे से नहीं रह पाऊंगा. So that is another second thing which comes with the mental health. So when the physical and the mental is taken care, it's always like I always say, the conscious and subconscious mind, you need to have a balance, and that happens only through pranayama, yogic exercises, then meditation. जो आप दिन में शुरुआत में करोगे तो पूरा दिन आपका स्वस्थ जाएगा. जब if you want to look for a health, always start with a good morning. When you start with a good morning, definitely the day goes well. And I hope this brings a little awareness to you all, and I'm so thankful to Anil ji कि मुझे इस मंच में कुछ बोलने की like give me a possibility of talking about it. And because nobody talks about the mental health, which is very important. And as an artist, I always say, जब आपका एक छोटी सी बात है, मैं बताती हूँ, मेरे क्लास में मैंने एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रखा था जहाँ मैं अपने ऐसे ही मैं डालती हूँ कि अगर आपको कोई कुछ भी बात करनी हो तो आप आओ यहाँ पे आर्ट के साथ करें हम. So what we used to do an exercise, like if I'm a lefty, I will ask the person to write with the right hand. Whether you're writing or painting or drawing or something, do it with undominant hand. When you do it with undominant hand, you will surprise yourself. I tell you, you can start today and see. You will be surprised that जो आपके अंदर की बात होगी ना, वो आप चित्र से निकालोगे, or maybe just to make a hole or something like that, they will create. And I have seen wonderful when I take them to the meditation. to the art therapy जब मैं करती हूँ उनके साथ, जब end of the session मालूम पड़ता है उनकी जो दिल की बात होती है वो आर्ट के द्वारा बात करते हैं लोग. And that is so beautiful. Then they realize that this is what I want to correct in my life and make a better in my life. So all the very best to all of you. And I have to rush because I have students around me. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pari. Thank you so much. Pari was in the middle of a class and she was gracious enough to join us. And also the ideas she had given us, as artists, it has been so enlightening. Now I would like to invite Miss Akriti Mahindra. She is a MA MPhil clinical. She's done her MA and MPhil in clinical psychology, and she's an educational psychologist. Over to you, Miss Akriti.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Anilji and Mriduji, for giving me this opportunity. So I'm a clinical psychologist and it's been 15 years I'm in this field. I have been working with rehabilitation centers, with children, with adults, with mental hospitals. I would just like to add on things what we have learned from Abhijit ji and Pariji's talk is that yes, mental health is important and we need to take care of that. But the most important thing is to have less expectations from people. That will be the most important thing to understand. हम परेशान होते हैं क्योंकि हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस बहुत हैं लोगों से. हम अपने आप को समझ पाएंगे जब हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस अपने से और दूसरों से थोड़ी कम होएगी. जब हम अपनी इमोशंस को वैलिडेट कर पाएंगे ना, then only we will be able to understand हमें हो क्या रहा है. चाहे हम स्ट्रेस लें, एंगर लें, सैड मूड लें, बिकॉज कभी कभी हम उठते हैं हमारा मूड अच्छा नहीं होता तो हम सोचते हैं क्या हुआ ऐसा रात को कि हमारा मूड क्यों नहीं अच्छा. तो ये होता है इंट्रोस्पेक्शन. when we introspect ourselves and we validate our emotions, it is one step ahead of what to do. हम क्या करें अगर हमारा मन अच्छा नहीं, हम अपने फ्रेंड्स को फोन करते हैं, हमारी अपनी मम्मा को फोन करते हैं या किसी को भी फोन करते हैं, और वी टॉक टू आवर पार्टनर्स. Correct? So this is what is the most important thing, is to validate your emotions and have less expectations. हमारी आधी सी आधी जो प्रॉब्लम्स है ना वो सब खत्म हो जाएंगी क्योंकि हमने एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं करना किसी से, चाहे वो हमारे बच्चे हों, चाहे वो हमारे पार्टनर्स हों, चाहे वो हमारे पेरेंट्स हों. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि हमें जो चाहिए वो दूसरा इंसान दे पाएगा कि नहीं पाएगा, that creates more difficulties in us. And I would like to add one more thing on breathing patterns. It is very important to understand that our mind and our body really goes together. They are not a separate part. अगर हम कोमा में जाते हैं तो obviously हमारी body काम नहीं करती. So the most important is to take care of our mind and our thought patterns. Correct? अगर we are sick and we keep telling ourselves यार मैं तो बहुत बीमार हूँ, इतना सर दर्द हो रहा है, मैं उठ भी नहीं पाता, and so tired. So will your body be able to get up and start working? No. If you tell your mind, no, it's okay, I will just give 5 minutes to myself and I'll push myself, this is when your body will at least take one step to get up and move. So how important is mind and body connection? And on the breathing pattern, one more thing I would like to add, your breathing pattern gives the signal to the brain. For example, if you open a door and you see maybe a big dog or in case a lion, okay, and you'll be like, oh, your breathing pattern is, oh my God. So the signal goes to your brain is that either you fight, either you flight, correct? And the way you open the door, in the second example, you open the door and you see a beautiful scenery, you're in a beautiful resort and you open a beautiful beach and wow. So the signal you're giving to the brain is that it's a very peaceful thing. So breathing pattern really gives the signal to your brain. So it is very important that how well you are connecting your breathing patterns to give the signals. तो हम क्यों बोलते हैं जब किसी को एंजाइटी होती है, do deep breathing, लेकिन the concept of deep breathing is not taught correctly. हम बच्चों को बोलते हैं चलो चलो कोई बात नहीं, स्टेज जाने से पहले take 3 deep breaths. Right? But you need to tell the child that why are you taking it? Why are you taking this deep breaths? So this exercise is important because the signal is important and the thought pattern changes. So it is very important to have an understanding why we are doing this. And in terms of um, stress, anxiety, all certain things around us, we can only work on things which are under us, our control. जो चीज हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, अगर हम उनके बारे में सोचेंगे तो obviously from 24 hours का you'll be like 72 hours be upset that I cannot do that. वो ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा, ऐसा क्यों नहीं चाहिए मुझे, ऐसा ही चाहिए मुझे. So let's work on the things what are in your hand and try to improve rather than complaining. Because क्या होता है, हमें समझ नहीं आता, हम solutions नहीं ढूंढते problems में, हम और problems के बारे में सिर्फ discuss करते हैं. But what is the solution? Let's think about that. But we don't do that. We humans being have become more complaining than understanding the situation. COVID हुआ, everybody started complaining. COVID की वजह से ऐसे हुआ, COVID की वजह से ऐसे हुआ, हम घर से बाहर नहीं निकल पा रहे. We are not able to do that. But okay, you are not the only one suffering. The whole world is suffering. Now what to do? What is in your hand? You have your family time, you have things to do, you have your pending things to do, you have your own things to do. Let's work on that. क्योंकि जो चीज हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, आप कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं उसके लिए. Correct? We can only crib, we can only create more stress in us, and that will not give any solution. So let's look for the solution, then only complaining. And I tell you, a very easy thing is that start journaling in the night. And I call it as a gratitude diary. Every day I write, मैंने कुछ भी किया, मैंने कोई भी thought लिया मेरे दिमाग में, कुछ भी आया. Okay, I made a plan for a full day. Okay, I have to do these certain things and I'm not able to do that. Why I'm not able to do that? I am questionable to myself. I'm answerable to myself instead of answerable to anybody. जब मैं ये practice करूंगी, so it's easy for me to deal with people. You know, our expectation becomes less because what I am doing for myself, am I able to fulfill that? That is most important. हम लोग की जिंदगी में पूरा दिन में कितना कुछ होता है, बच्चे हैं, स्कूल है, काम है, खाना है, you know, partners हैं, everything we have to see, correct? So how are we able to manage? So obviously when you have a target, like, okay, in the morning, if you can't write, at least when you get up, when you're taking shower, think, okay, today I have to do this, I have to do that. Plan your day. Planning is the best thing to do and work on your stress level. So half of the stress will go because you are planned and you just have to tick mark on your mind or on your papers that, okay, this is done, that is done, not done. Why? How much time I have, how many days I have to do. So planning makes things little easy. The most important thing also I want to talk about, people around us have different emotions and that really affect our emotions because हम जिस तरीके से perceive करते हैं लोगों को, हमारी emotions वैसे ही आते हैं. Nobody creates our emotions. It is your perception which creates your emotions. So अगर आप किसी के ऊपर blame करते हैं या हम कि उसकी वजह से मेरा mood खराब है, नहीं, वो आपकी perception है, उसकी वजह से आपका mood खराब है. Okay, मैं एक बहुत छोटा सा example दूंगी. I will not take much of your time, but for example, one of your friend or one of your relatives, especially हम अपने relatives की बात करते हैं. We Asians have lot of expectations from our extended family. वो अमेरिका गए हैं, वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए हैं, वो यहाँ गए हैं, हमारे लिए कुछ लेके नहीं आए, हम लोग इतना करते हैं. It is a very fact thing. It is nothing wrong in it. Okay. One of your relatives, for example, have gone to America and they just got one, maybe a chocolate, correct? And they presented you. What is our first reaction? I'm just giving a very hypothetical situation on your perception. Okay, we are talking about perception. You say, बस इतनी दूर गए हैं, मेरे लिए चॉकलेट लेके आए हैं. इतना कुछ है अमेरिका में, तो हमने तो बहुत सुना है, बहुत कुछ मिलता है वहां पर. चलो कोई बात नहीं, right? उठा के साइड पे रख दिया. What was your emotion? Okay, fine. You just like maybe angry. हम लोग गए थे, इतना कुछ लेके आए, हमने तो यहाँ से भी लिए, वो भी लिया, इधर भी गए. But anyways, correct? So your first impression is you felt bad. She just got one chocolate. We got so many things. Correct? वो feeling आ गई, grudge की feeling. अब हम next time जाएंगे, देखा हम लोग नहीं खर्च करेंगे पैसे अब. Correct? Now, in the second situation, same situation, she got a chocolate, and you say, oh my God, wow, at least she thought about me. वो अपनी फैमिली के साथ गई है, फिर भी मेरे बारे में सोचा और मेरे लिए कुछ छोटी सी चीज लेके आई. An emotion becomes happiness. I am so important in her life that she thought about me. This is what our emotions are. हमारे emotions किसी और के वजह से नहीं होते, हमारी खुद की perception से होते हैं. हम जिस तरीके से किसी को देखेंगे, हमारा उस टाइम का करंट मूड कैसा है, वो हमारे इमोशंस को डिस्क्राइब करता है. सो मूड, इमोशंस are two separate things. They are interrelated, but they are definitely different things. Because mood are controlled by our neurotransmitters in our brain, our hormones. They create our mood fluctuations. And emotions is a part of your mood. हमने emotions को label किया है. ये happy है, ये sad है, ये angry है, because that is a reaction of our stimulus. So what do we have to do from now? The learning is create a good perception towards people, and your emotions will change. हम स्ट्रेस होते हैं क्योंकि हम दुखी है. दुखी क्यों है हम? बिकॉज हम लोग जो सामने देख रहे हैं वो हम समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं. इट इज इजी टू से ऑन लेबल ऑन थिंग्स. सो ट्राई टू चेंज योरसेल्फ. देखो, we always remember, we cannot change people around us. We cannot change our family dynamics because every individual lives their own life. हम अपने बच्चों को एक लिमिटेड तक कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं because they have their own personality. हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? हम सिर्फ अपने आप को चेंज कर सकते हैं. बहुत हमारे, you must have seen lot of couples having fight, lot of relationship problems are having because everybody trying to control their own partners. But that is not possible because you cannot control anybody, you cannot change anybody. वो बचपन से ऐसे ही हैं because आप उनके बचपन में जाके आपको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. Everybody have their own upbringing, correct? So what you can do, you can just change yourself. Or if you don't want to change yourself, it is a very broader aspect, but you can modify your behavior just so that not किसी और के लिए, अपने लिए. क्योंकि अगर सामने वाला change नहीं हो रहा तो it's better to change ourselves. Because अगर मैं किसी और को change करने लगूंगी, मेरा full of my energy, full of my time is just going to change somebody. It's better I talk to myself, okay, this person doesn't want to do this way, let me try another way. हम बच्चों के साथ नहीं करते. कितना हम लोग झगड़ते हैं, चीजें ऐसे रख लो, just pack yourself nicely, बैग समेट लो स्कूल जाने से पहले. बट कितने बच्चे करते हैं? नहीं करते ना. इट्स अ स्ट्रगल फॉर एवरी डे. कीप योर क्लोथ्स इन लॉन्ड्री, कीप योर बुक्स ऑन टाइम, यू नो, इन द बैग. पर हम कर पाते हैं? एक दिन, 2 दिन, 3 दिन, बच्चे फिर वही करते हैं. सो let's change the strategy. You change yourself, you change your phrase, you change your speech. Let them not take the books and see what will happen. So sometimes instead of changing people, we need to change ourselves because it is tough to change people and we struggle so much. There is a constant fight, there is a constant negativity in the house on fighting and changing people around us. We lose time because life is very limited. हम बोलते हैं we don't know what is tomorrow, what is today, what is the next minute. So let's take this pledge on this special day that let's modify ourselves instead of modifying other people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Akriti, we will hear you again. And there are some questions also from one artist from the US has given a question. We will come to you again. Ramshri, if someone is attending this meeting from the institute from India, so can you, because you know them, so can you invite them to speak something, because if they are from the India and they are from the Mental Health Institute.
Vasudev, who is the director of Central Institute of Psychiatry in Ranchi, he's ready to speak. I would like to invite him to talk. Dr. Vasudev, if you are there, please come online and speak to us about your experience of having conducted the art program in your institution and what was their reactions, the patients who participated in that. I would like to hear more on that, please. Hello.
You are on the mute, Dr. Vasudev.
Yeah. Dr. Vasudev.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Rangarsi, for giving me this opportunity to be with you all.
Hello.
wonderful initiative uh, by Artscrafts Dubai and Srivatsa MA Memorial Trust for Mental Health. And when we got introduced to ourselves by one of our common friend, Dr. Kamal Lara and Kalita, who is in LGB Regional Institute of Mental Health, Tezpur, Assam. And when Dr. Rangarsi approached me, we readily agreed for the thing, and we have conducted a program amongst the inmates of our institute, both children, adolescents, as well as adults, who participated in who actually showcased their abilities through creative abilities through painting and drawing. They have made some beautiful drawing or painting, and I have shared those things with Dr. Rangasri, and we got a very good media coverage also locally, as well as with Dr. Rangasri's help nationally also. And it was a very good experience that in fact many of the inmates, they have shared that they can do such things more frequently in the future, and they were very much forthcoming or welcoming with this kind of initiative. And in future also, we would like to be associated with this wonderful initiative. And many people actually think that those who suffers from mental illness, they can't be productive, or actually it is not true. And if you see that many of the famous personalities, they also have suffered from some kind of mental illness, but they became very much creative, and they actually were the stalwarts in their respective fields. So in fact, art has an important role to play to understand one's own mental condition, that what mental state he is in. At the same time, it can be very much therapeutic also. So we can use this as intervention for various kinds of, for rehabilitation of various mental illnesses. So it is very, very useful, and it should be promoted. And other kinds of things also, like music, dance, movement, any kind of yoga. So we have a very mixed blend of professionals involved with this great initiative. Uh, Again, my sincere thanks to Dr. Rangasri for giving us the opportunity, and wish you all the best. And I promise that in whatever way we can help this initiative, we are always for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Dr. Basudev. We have from Nagaland, Lisa Hamsto, and we have from Assam, Sangeeta. If they can talk a little bit about their experience of having conducted this art participation, it would be nice to hear from them.
And especially if they can share about the patients, inmates, the how their behavior and why the situation has happened. So if they can share
Lisa,
about
Lisa and Sangeeta can come on and speak.
Hello, I'm Sangeeta from Ashadeep, and I really thank Rangashri ma'am for including us in this event, because this thing, it is in line with the theme of World Mental Health Day. This year's theme, make mental health a priority for all, a global priority. And we, the population we work with is the most underserved population, because we work with the homeless mentally ill people. We have rehabilitation homes for homeless mentally ill men and women. And they were the participants of this art competition. And it was really a great experience, because most of our residents, they they do not even know how to hold the pencil, how to hold the color. So we had to organize a training for them, a 1 week's training we have given them. And finally, on 30th July, we conducted the final competition. And of course, they are not very expert in this thing, but then they enjoyed. The interns we have, they help them, and it was a whole 1-day event. So their experience was very good, very good. And we also got to see their talent. Usually they do collage and all, collage and paintings and all, but then this competition, their talent, we did get to know their interest. And we selected I think three of the best arts we have selected, and we have forwarded it to Rangashri ma'am, and it was a great experience. And mainly I'm thankful, I'm grateful that you all have included this population into this event.
Thank you. Thank you, Sangeeta, for organizing it. And do we have Lisa here from Nagaland who also conducted? Can we hear from her? Hello.
Hi.
Lisa.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
Lisa.
Good afternoon and
Lisa.
greetings. Hi, hello, yes. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa, and yes, greetings from Shared Home Nagaland chapter. And then we thank the organizers for including us to this beautiful event. And yeah, to talk about the event, there were 10 participants, 5 female and 5 male. And since it was a first of its kind, like the first of its kind of the initiative they all undertook. And then somebody, the searchers asked to share about the status in terms of their functionality level. So if we talk about in terms of functionality level, they are recovering. I will not say they are fully recovered, but they are recovering. They're functional and they follow instructions. So they quite enjoyed the program. And then when we asked about the experience they had, they say that they enjoyed it, and it was first of its experience that they had. And then they were even interested to participate. They were like, if this kind of event should be having often, so that it gives us an opportunity to express ourselves. So that is what we heard from the patients. So they all enjoyed the event. And once again, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to participate in this beautiful event. And from Nagaland team, we wish you all a very happy World Mental Health Day.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for organizing this in a place like that in Nagaland and taking enthusiasm to participate. I'm really grateful to all of you, and thank you for this. Really good to hear this, that this was the first time they have been given an opportunity. I would like to also hear from, if there are any people from Madurai who can talk, because that's where my brother lived at the end of his before his death. He was there for more than a year and a half there with people in Madurai, and the entire program actually began in Madurai. If there are anyone who, there is Jagriti from Gujarat. They had conducted this. Yeah, I would like to call Jagriti also.
Hello everyone, myself Jagriti Parekh, Administrative of Atmaviswas Vidyalaya, Valsad, Gujarat. I am happy to share my gratitude towards Dr. Rangashri Madam and founder of Arts and Crafts, Mr. Anil Kejriwal. I am happy to see my kids participate with their full enthusiasm. I like to thank the team of Art and Craft again, as you provided our kids such a great platform to represent their talent globally. Thank you everyone.
Hello, I am Bhupin Palia of Content Trustee of Atmaviswas Vidyalaya, a away home from home for the mentally sick persons. I am very much thankful to Dr. Rajeshri and her brother Anil Kejriwal for making us a part of the artistic celebrations which give importance to the mentally persons all over the world. Mentally and mental illness, a tragic disease, is unfortunately not understood by the majority of the people. Okay? With the result that these people with a beautiful mind, they are being condemned and they are not able to give their best. It's from the schizophrenia, the bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, a problem which aggravates when the mind is idle. So at Atmavishwas Vidyalaya, we keep the meeting right from morning to evening with yoga, therapy sessions, games, games, food, good food, keeping them entertained all the time. This brings a very good change, okay, positive change in the mind of our kids. Kids, because they behave like children, so we call them kids. You see? And their behavior improves a lot. Okay? And there are some of the patients who do not want to go home for the simple reason that they feel that they will not be treated properly when they go home. Anyhow, we experience relatives, guardians, saying that in certain case persons, okay, while talking to them is the invitation of mental sickness. So we guide them and we teach them before they are discharged. Some guidance and relatives listen this, but most of them ignore this one, and the problem continues, with the result that many of the patients, they come back for rehabilitation. We also have a long-term relations where the sickness has become chronic because they are suffering for years. We have facility to keep for lifelong till they are no more. Okay. Thank you once again.
So you can start, or anyone can start with the questions from the Akriti as a parent, because we all are a parent of the bigger child or a small child. So in that case, just start that question which I shared with you from the one known friend from the USA. I wanted to ask one question. So Devi, can you just ask that question, please, first?
Yeah, sure, Anilji. I have a couple of
on that question. Vijit ji also can help if he can help on that question.
Yeah, definitely. Both of them can address the question. I would like to start with Miss Akriti. The question is, I'll read it out for you. Okay, please ask questions on behalf of my friend. His son is a teenager and has anger issues. His rage sometimes gets so angry that will throw things and break them. My friend and her husband has disciplined him strictly in his childhood. He is sort of taking revenge from them. Sometimes he is nice to them, but mostly he is in angry mood. Talks and share very less with them. What can she do as a parent? So that's the question.
Okay. So, see, as a clinical psychologist, my role is to see in a clinical aspect also. When there is an anger issue, there is definitely a social and emotional difficulties going on in a child. When a child is not sharing with the parents, and he's a teenager. So generally now, when we see how the children are behaving around the world, so it is not very uncommon that children are not sharing with their parents. They are not like our time when we used to go and just talk to our parents. So there is a lot of lack between the family time what we share now. So it is very important to have a family time where you can address the difficulties the child is facing. So right now we are looking at the anger issue. There is always an underlying cause for the anger. Anger is a behavior. There is a stimulus which is creating that anger. So is it they are too strict? Okay, discipline is very important, but there might be a clinical difficulties going on with the child. So I would suggest that they should go to a therapist for an intake session where she will understand or he will understand what are the social or emotional factors that is creating the anger issue. It is very important because all of the sudden, if anger bursts are there, is there any underlying stress going on in the classroom with the social skill difficulties happening around in the school, pressure towards the peer, from peer, or bullying happening in the classroom? So everything need to be ruled out because the children are very different at home than the school. So हो सकता है school का कोई stress the child is taking out in the house because house is a comfortable zone. आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो अपने मम्मी पापा के साथ या अपने brothers and sister के साथ, and that is how you are taking out your outburst in the house. So it is very important to understand the underlying factor going on. So they need to understand more towards the school. Is there an academic difficulty the child is going through? हो सकता है कि there is a stress of school work or understanding of the subject. That is why the anger issue is coming. So it is very important to see the factors because anger is a behavior. It is a behavior which is by a stimulus. We sometimes call as a defense mechanism. We all know, we all use the term defense mechanism. मेरे वजह से नहीं हुआ. We rationalize our doings, correct? वो तो पेपर गलत आया था, पढ़ के तो मैं सेट गई थी. Paper was wrong, so I couldn't perform. So this is how we do defense mechanism. So children do a lot of displacement at home using a defense mechanism. So it is very important to understand what is the underlying cause.
A lot of parents, they talk about, difficulty in handling teenagers. So we would like to know more on that, if you have any tips for them.
Yes. So, teenagers are not difficult to handle. It is, again, there is a lot of argument is there because we as a parent take care of our children when they were young, the way we want to mold them. We make a clock. Beta, 2 o'clock is your lunch time. 4 o'clock is your evening supper. 5 o'clock you go to the park, come back at 6 o'clock, get ready, so off to sleep. ये हम लोगों ने बच्चों का रूटीन बनाया हुआ है. तो हमारी एज अ पेरेंट एक्सपेक्टेशन इज देयर कि बच्चा अगर बड़ा हो जाए तो वो मेरे को फॉलो करता रहे. बट ऐसा नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज टीनेजर्स बिकम लिटिल यंग चिल्ड्रन. We call it as a children, young adults. I'm sorry. So they have become young adults. They try to control themselves and people around. So here comes the argument. Here comes the conflict of understanding them. So what do we have to do? When the child becomes 14 and 15, they are well versed with their routines. They are well versed of their belongingness. They know what to choose and how to choose. So what we have to do, we have to sit down as a family and talk what they are expecting and what children are expecting from the family. That is very important. So that struggle of the conflict will go. हमारा struggle है कि हम उनको control करना चाहते हैं. अब point ये है कि वो control होने नहीं वाले क्योंकि वो बड़े हो गए हैं. That is the problem. That is where the difficulty of teenagers handling is coming. And yes, always remember our moods are depending on our hormones and puberty hits. So hormonal changes, a lot of mood fluctuation comes. When mood fluctuations come, the anger issues come. Where the conflict comes, how can you talk to your parent like this? How are you not listening to? Why are you not listening to me? पढ़ते क्यों नहीं हो? सोते क्यों रहते हो? खाना क्यों नहीं टाइम से खाते? पूरा time you're watching the iPad, पूरा time you're doing this. So these are the conflicts because of the lot of hormonal changes. Because I don't feel like doing anything. मेरा मन नहीं है करने का अभी. We procrastinate because I don't feel like doing it. That's the thing. I hope it makes you a little understandable on things, because this is what we are doing. We try to control people around us.
So true. I was about to ask you about procrastination also. Is there a psychological reason behind, procrastinating things in adults also, not only in children? But...
Yes, because हम procrastinate क्यों करते हैं? That's the most important thing we have to understand. We procrastinate because I don't feel like doing it. And your feelings are related to your moods and your emotions. Today, I'm not feeling okay because I didn't sleep properly. Why didn't you sleep properly? Because I don't know, I was watching TV. And when I was watching TV, and while watching TV, I saw something about crime or about something, and I had a lot of dreams about it. So when I got up with a headache. Correct? So today my mood is not there. So how procrastination is actually related to everything what we do. But here comes what to do. Ye to problem hai that we are procrastinating. But what do we do? So first, validate your procrastination. Understand why are you doing. And if I do, what am I losing? What is the consequences of procrastination? What we do always has a consequences. So you should understand that if I don't do my task right now, what am I losing? Am I losing my time? Am I losing my ego? Am I losing my respect? So then you can push yourself. Because if, for example, if you are working in an organization and you're procrastinating doing your work, whatever certain, right? So what will happen? Your boss will start shouting in front of everybody. You will lose your respect. You will have more of an ego. How can he talk to me like this? He doesn't have any right to speak to me. I don't want to work here. But the point is this, it is because you have procrastinated that work. So that is an introspection. That is validate your introspection, procrastination. So procrastination is a habit which you can take care of it by journaling. Make your task list in the morning. You know what? It's a habit. And trust me, every good habit takes 21 days. And automatically after 21 days, you will be so used to write everything when you get up. Very simple activity. When you get up, just put a small notebook and a pen next to you. That's all. If you don't want to, if you are always get up in hurry in the morning, a few of us get up, oh my God, it's late. Yeah, I have to rush and do my thing. So it's better before sleeping, just write down. Mera kal ka task ye hai. And try to limit yourself in the time management. So this is what we call time management. So time management is equal to minus procrastination, actually. If you are manageable, you're able to manage your time, you are not procrastinating.
I would like to add something here related to this procrastination. Thing is that for kids and everyone, how will come to know which is more important. Thing is that if kids is playing some game on mobile, for her or him, this is the most important work, and we would like to go tell something to them that that is important for us. Yes. It's not only for kids and parents, it's about the office colleagues, and because if you are working in a team, so yes, some teammates wants this thing to be done first, but I will like to do this thing first. So how we can appreciate this?
So when we work in a team, we give the task to the team, right? So we have to prioritize the task one by one. Okay, so that goes like if you have a team of 5, okay, and you have listed your task. So you need to prioritize your task. Number 1 should be this, number 2 should be this, number 3 should be this, number 4 this, and let your team members choose what they want to do at that time. Because what you can do, your team members can do or not can do, you don't know. Everybody have their own ability and time management thing. I can do things in 10 minutes and somebody can maybe cook. If I'm talking about cooking, I can cook in 10 minutes, somebody can cook in 1 hour the same dish. So it depends on your ability and your potential to do that task. So it's better you list down the task. These are the things to be done in a day, and you choose how to do. Let your team members, and it will be easy for you to see, because everybody works on their own potential and ability. Same goes with the children. Everybody knows homework is important and reinforcement of classwork is very important, correct? But
Yes.
how are you making your timetable in the house is very important, because हम लोग ये बोलते हैं कि पूरा दिन बच्चा स्कूल में होता है, घर में भी अगर टाइम टेबल चलेगा तो they'll be like they are in the school. No, in the house it is so important to have a discipline. I'm not saying be disciplined like a school, but yes, be disciplined in a way that you are saying whenever you come back home after your whatever play time, TV time, 1 hour is the time when you can reinforce your classwork and do your homework.
Yeah, that's true. But thing is that, as you said, that kids want to do something, and for the kids, if you are going to say anything, that do this part, and for not about kids, you can say about teenagers. So for them, everything is I am the best, because the age teenagers in our age also, whatever we are doing, we are the best.
Yes, but here comes the family time where you are discussing in the family time the expectation, and it really works. So when I do therapies of family therapy, where we make sure that on Saturdays or Sunday, all the members of the family sitting down and writing down their own expectations. Because as a parent, you have expectations from your children, which is, see, it is very easy to say, don't have expectation, correct?
Yes.
But expectation in terms of studies, it is your duty to tell them. But beyond that, they do it or no, this is what you have to just overlook it. If you have expectation that they should do one task, like 4 tasks in 2 hours, that is your wrong expectation, because maybe the child doesn't have that ability.
Yeah.
So sit down with your child and see what all they can do, what is expected out of the studies. Not as a, behavior wise, we are not looking for it. We are looking for कि आप घर पे आओ, so at least manage yourself that you give 1 hour in your studies. That is very important.
Yeah,
and
that's
we
true.
need to model. We need to model also. See, we need to discipline our own self also to teach the children. अगर हम घर पे आते हैं ऑफिस से और अगर हम इधर उधर काम कर रहे हैं या lazy out हो रखे हैं या discipline नहीं दिखा रहे, so the child also models the same thing. And when you come back, you're also on the TV or phone and laying down. You're not doing any work, correct? So that is what we have to model at some time. Teenagers, we have to model that we are doing the same thing.
Same thing I would like to say, because if you're coming from office, okay, so now everything, the office works are on phone, mails and everything. You're watching that, you're doing that, but kids will see that, look, you are also playing on mobile. After education is fine. After that, they will complete their homework.
Psychoeducation, sir. You need to see, you need to show them that my work is, so your book is on books. So your work is on the books and my work is on the laptop. There are different technology what we are using on. So model and make sure that you're sitting with your child and talking. देखो, everybody has to reinforce. अगर मैं ऑफिस का काम obviously घर पे नहीं लेके आना चाहिए, लेकिन half an hour मुझे करना पड़ेगा because I had to come home. I had to leave the office. Sometimes we need to play very manipulatively with the children. It is, we have to really play with their mind, because they will say, आप तो फोन पे हो, आप तो कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हो, और आप मुझे बोल रहे हो पढ़ने के लिए, मैं book क्यों लूं? Sometimes if you don't want to be on your laptop, just open a book. Try to read. Just sitting there, just read any book. Maybe a newspaper, maybe anything. Maybe do a crossword. Maybe do Sudoku, something. Just wind up your mind by doing that. Just tell them, okay, you know what? I'm doing Sudoku because I have so much of work and I want to just unleash the things what I have done in the house, in the work. So for that, I'm doing this.
I think Vidisha has to leave. So Vidisha, just you want to ask some questions, or do you want to share something, your experience about the arts, please?
Hello, everyone. I'm Vidisha Pandey, an artist. And thank you so much, Anil ji, for inviting me to say something about art. Because I'm an artist, so I always conduct art therapy classes. And in this class, we are presenting like how can we reduce our stress with the art. because every time when you follow the instructions and when you follow the lines and anything which I am saying and you follow, so I believe your brain works first, then your hand will work. When you listen properly what I'm saying, you have to draw one line, because one session I have conducted blindfold, and that was very very much affected that session, because everyone was in blindfold and they were following the instructions. Like when I say ki from the bottom of the paper you have to take 4 finger of the margin and put one dot and you have to trace one line over there. So first they were listening, then they are following, like उनका दिमाग पहले काम करता है and then वो उसको अप्लाई करते हैं. And today's session I think Pari was saying कि we have to good listener, we have to be good listener, because we are comfortable with the friends, not for the parents, because parents फर्स्ट वो सुनते नहीं है. पेरेंट्स पहले रिएक्ट करते हैं, बात आधी नहीं सुनी, मुझे अभी जाना है यहाँ दोस्तों के साथ, एंड आवर रिएक्शन इज लाइक दैट, अरे कल ही तो गए थे, आज क्यों जाना है. दैट रिएक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और फ्रेंड्स के साथ होता है, कल किया आज अभी भी कर सकते हैं, हम दिन में 3 बार उस काम को करते हैं, बट फ्रेंड्स कभी भी मना नहीं करते. बट आवर पेरेंट्स डिनाइड, कंप्लीटली डिनाइड, बिना सुने उनको रिएक्ट करना होता है. और मोस्टली पेरेंट्स, मेरे ख्याल से 100 में से 99 पेरेंट्स ऐसे ही होते हैं जो पेरेंट्स किसी की सुनते नहीं है, पहले रिएक्ट करते हैं. आधा सेंटेंस से पहले हमने रिएक्शन दिया. तो ये मुझे आज बहुत अच्छी लगी. जनरली मैं भी यही करती हूँ, कोई भी चीज हुई पहले डिनाइल. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि आज से आई विल फॉलो दैट थिंग कि आई हैव टू बी गुड लिसनर, नॉट इवन द किड्स, सबके लिए. हमारी थेरेपी में भी ये चीज होगी, क्योंकि somehow we do the same mistakes in therapy, in art classes, in our social life, in our friend circles. हम रिएक्ट पहले करते हैं. तो थैंक यू अनिल जी, ये सेशन आपने कंडक्ट कराया है, एंड वी आर लर्निंग समथिंग लाइक हम कैसे अपने को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज एवरी डे वी लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम एवरीवन. हम नीचे लिफ्ट से नीचे जाते हैं तो उस बीच कोई मिलता है, तो वी कैन लर्न फ्रॉम देम. एवरी डे एवरी मोमेंट हम सीखते हैं, और उस चीज को अप्लाई हम अपने आर्ट थेरेपी में करते हैं, which is very important. So thank you so much.
Yes, we can request Rekha ji also. Rekha ji is the CMOst here, and the maximum experience she has, and she is a good poetess and a good artist, along the good human being and whatever. I know her since last 1 year only, but in last 1 year I've learned a lot from her. So Rekha ji, Rekha ji's new book is coming, Dil Se Dil Tak. You can see on the background. So it is heart to heart. So just listen about her from her only.
हाँ, नमस्कार सबको. सबने बहुत अच्छा बोला, और उसके लिए बोला है ज्यादातर. पहले तो मैं अनिल जी का शुक्रिया करूंगी कि उन्होंने यहाँ मुझे बुलाया और एक इस मीटिंग में बोलने का मौका दिया, सबको सुनने का मौका दिया, और बहुत कुछ सीखने के लिए मिला. हम लोग कितने भी बड़े हो जाएं, लेकिन तारा उम्र सीखते ही रहते हैं, हर एक से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. तो मैंने जो आज का टॉपिक जो मुझे थोड़ा सा लगा, वो शायद मेरा थोड़ा अलग हो गया, पर कोई बात नहीं, वो भी समाज का ही एक हिस्सा है, तो मैं उस बारे में ही बोल देती हूँ. कि अभी पहले तो यही सवाल आता है कि हमारे बच्चों का मानसिक असंतुलन क्यों होता है, मतलब वो मेंटली रिटार्डेड क्यों होते हैं. उसके बहुत सारे कारण होते हैं. एक तो कुछ तो होते हैं जन्म से होते हैं, और कुछ क्या होता है कि कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हो जाते हैं कि जो जेनेटिक होते हैं. कुछ का ऐसा होता है कि डिलीवरी के टाइम पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आ जाती हैं, उसकी वजह से भी हो जाता है. और कुछ का क्या होता है कि हस्बैंड जो है वो ज्यादातर बहुत ज्यादा जब ड्रिंक्स लेते हैं, शराब का या तंबाकू का या मतलब इन चीज सिगरेट का, इन सब चीजों का जब बहुत ज्यादा सेवन करते हैं, तो उससे भी बच्चे जो है वो उनका थोड़ा सा मेंटल स्टेटस जो है वो थोड़ा सा कम हो जाता है. तो एक तो पहले कारण तो हो गए ये जो हमें शुरू से मिलते हैं. कुछ कारण ऐसे होते हैं कि जो बड़े होने के बाद बच्चा ठीक होता है, पैदा ग्रो भी ठीक कर रहा है, समाज में भी ठीक से रह रहा है. क्योंकि अभी पिछले कुछ 6 महीनों में मैंने 3 इंसिडेंट्स ऐसे देखे हैं कि जिनमें बच्चों ने सुसाइड कर लिया, और वो भी सिर्फ 15 और 16 साल की उम्र में. सिर्फ 15-16 साल की उम्र में उन बच्चों ने सुसाइड किया. तो उन बच्चों का समझ में नहीं आता है कि उनका मानसिक असंतुलन कहाँ से हुआ। तो उसमें फिर बहुत सारी चीजें देखने को मिली, उसमें बहुत लोगों से मिले, बात की, समाज में गए, सोशल वर्क किया, तो उसमें काफी कुछ देखने को ये मिला है कि जिन बच्चों के पेरेंट्स के झगड़े बहुत होते हैं उनका मानसिक असंतुलन हो जाता है। या फिर जैसे बच्चों को पेरेंट्स जो है वो समय नहीं दे पाते हैं, या फिर ये है कि उनकी भावनाओं को है वो दबा देते हैं कि हम जो कह रहे हैं बस वही होगा, जो बच्चे चाह रहे हैं वो नहीं होगा, उसकी बात नहीं सुनते हैं। तो ये एक मतलब एक इतनी बड़ी त्रुटि है हमारे समाज में कि जिसको ठीक करना बहुत जरूरी है। भाई आपका बच्चा है, आप बड़े हो गए हैं, आपने भी कभी वो बचपन गुजारा है, तो आपकी वो हसरतें रही होंगी जो आज आपके बच्चों की हैं। इन चीजों को थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। तो उससे क्या होता है ना, बच्चों को बार बार कहना कि भाई उसके नंबर इतने आए तुम्हारे नहीं आए, ये एक बहुत गलत बात है। उससे क्या है, बच्चों का कहना चाहिए कि वो इतना ज्यादा डिप्रेशन में आ जाता है, अरे मैं तो कुछ कर ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ। या पेरेंट्स अपने बारे में ही बोलते हैं कि हम जब तुम्हारी उम्र के थे तो हम ऐसे करते थे, हम वैसे करते थे, हम तुम्हें इतने खिलौने चाहिए, हमारे टाइम में तो ये सब था नहीं। अरे भाई आपके टाइम में जो था वो आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको करके दिया अपनी परिस्थिति के अनुसार से। आज आप इतने ज्यादा सक्षम हो कि आप अपने बच्चों को पहले तो खिलौने लाके देते हो, सब सुविधाएं देते हो, और फिर शिकायत करते हो जब वो बड़े होने पे बड़ी चीजें मांगते हैं। क्यों भाई, आदतें तो आपने ही बिगाड़ी हैं। तो अब जब बच्चे चाहते हैं फिर आप उनको पूरा नहीं करते हो, कहते हो कि नहीं हम तो ऐसे रहते थे, आप तो ऐसे रहते हो, ये तो गलत है। या कभी ऐसे कहते हो कि भाई वो फलाना बच्चा जो है इतना काम कर रहा है, तुम नहीं कर रहे हो। तो इससे असंतुलितता बढ़ रही है, बच्चों का डिप्रेशन धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है। और कहाँ पे कौन मतलब किस तरह, कुछ लोगों का क्या होता है कि जब बच्चे थोड़ा सा मिसबिहेव करने लगते हैं या कुछ उससे उनको उनके व्यवहार में जो है और लोगों के साथ व्यवहार में जब फर्क आ जाता है तो फिर लोग उसको या अकेला बैठने लगता है। तो उस केस में जो है, जो कुछ कहना चाहिए मानसिक विकृति के लोग हैं वो उसका मजाक उड़ाने लगते हैं, उससे वो डिप्रेशन में जाने लगते हैं। जब डिप्रेशन में जाने लगते हैं तो फिर कुछ भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि इन बच्चों का दिमाग इतना स्थिर नहीं होता, ये इतना दूर का सोच ही नहीं सकते कि हमारा एक कदम किस किस को क्या क्या परेशानियों में डालेगा या उसको क्या दुख होगा, ये चीज वो समझ नहीं पाते हैं, वो अपने हिसाब से जीना चाहते हैं। तो और उनके ऊपर कभी भी पढ़ाई, बच्चों के लिए कभी भी मेरा कहना ऐसा है कि बच्चों के ऊपर कभी भी इस चीज का प्रेशर मत डालिए कि तुम इतने नंबर लाओ या तुम कैरियर में सिर्फ यही बनो। नहीं, जो उसका मन है, उसकी इच्छा है, अगर उसको संगीत सीखना है संगीत में भेजो। आजकल इतनी विधाएं हैं समाज में कि बच्चा कुछ भी कर सकता है, अपने शौक पूरे कर सकता है। उसको आर्ट में जाना है, ठीक है तुम आर्ट में जाओ, उसी में बहुत कुछ है। बाद में अनिल जी मिल जाएंगे तो और आगे करियर बन जाएगा। ये तो कहने की बात है, पर है तो है ये, वो समाज के लिए जो कर रहे हैं वो हर व्यक्ति नहीं कर सकता, और कितने मेहनती हैं ये तो हम सब जानते हैं। तो उनकी पहली बात तो उनकी भावनाओं को ना दबाएं और किसी भी चीज में, और उनको अपनी बात कहने का अवसर अवश्य दें। और जो थोड़े से मेंटल कहना चाहिए कि मेंटली इल बच्चे हैं, उनकी हमेशा उनको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए सहायता करें, उनके साथ बैठें। पेरेंट्स जो हैं वो अपने बच्चों को समय दें, उनकी बातों को सुने, और एक टाइम ऐसा रखें कि पूरी तरह से जो वो चाहते हैं, जो वो करना चाहते हैं, सीखना चाहते हैं, वो आप उसको मतलब पूरा करिए, उनका आत्मविश्वास बढ़ेगा आपके प्यार से।
एक बात इसमें ऐड करना चाहूंगा, ये नॉर्मली हम लोग सब लोग बोलते हैं अरे हम तो ऐसा नहीं थे, हमारे फैमिली में तो ऐसा नहीं होता था, हम तो अब हमें कभी डिप्रेशन नहीं हुआ, हम तो बिल्कुल ठीक थे। क्या होता, हम अपने आप से कंपेयर करने लगे थे बच्चों को, बिकॉज़ हम जॉइंट फैमिली में रहे,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल अलग। देखिए पहले का आज मैं इतनी बड़ी हूँ, जो पुराना मैंने कई पीढ़ियां देख ली हैं अपने सामने, तो उस केस में जो हमारे बचपन में था वो हमारे यंग एज में नहीं था, जो यंग एज में था वो मतलब और ज्यादा बड़ी एज के होने पे नहीं, जो तब था वो अब नहीं। और अब पिछले 10-20 सालों में तो इतना चेंज आ गया है, तो इसमें हम ये तो कंपेयर कर ही नहीं सकते हैं। अगर आप अपने बात से कहते कि भाई मैं ऐसा था, मैं बहुत पढ़ता था, कहाँ है आपकी वो मार्कशीट जिसमें आपके इतने इतने नंबर आते थे? नहीं। आप बच्चों से कैसे उम्मीद कर रहे हो कि भैया तू 100 में से 99 लेके आ? ना, ये गलत बात है। आप जो करते थे वो मैंने बताया ना कि आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको अपने हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा करके दिया, आप अपने बच्चों के लिए अपने हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा करके दे रहे हो। फ्यूचर का कुछ पता नहीं, वो अपने बच्चों के लिए हो सकता है प्लेन खरीद के दें, मतलब इतने सक्षम हो जाएं, तो इसलिए कंपेयर तो कर ही नहीं सकते। और हमेशा ये बात कि दूसरे ने ऐसा किया तुम भी ऐसा करो, नहीं, सबकी पर्सनैलिटी अलग है, सबके विचार अलग हैं, हर एक की क्या कहना चाहिए शौक अलग हैं। और उन लोगों को देखिए, एक चीज है, बच्चों को कभी भी किसी के सामने डांटना नहीं चाहिए। अगर उसको कुछ समझाना है हमेशा अकेले में समझाएं, क्योंकि बच्चे सब समझते हैं और उनको पता है कि तिरस्कार से ज्यादा दुख नहीं, फिर जीने का कोई अर्थ नहीं। हो सकता है यही सोच बच्चों को सुसाइड के वहां मुकाम तक ले गई हो।
रेखा जी सॉरी, मैं यहाँ एक बार रोकना चाहूंगा आपको, क्योंकि हम लोग जितने भी लोग हैं यहाँ पे मतलब 80s वाले या उसके पहले वाले, तो उस समय पेरेंट्स का जहाँ तक सारे दोस्तों और जहाँ बाकी लोगों से काफी लंबा चौड़ा हमारा सर्किल है, तो उस समय जो अभी आप बता रही हैं कि बच्चों को टोकना नहीं चाहिए, मारना नहीं चाहिए या फिर डांटना नहीं चाहिए, ये
नहीं,
अभी
मारो डांटो, हाँ।
नहीं अभी नहीं, इतना आप तो हम लोग कर ही नहीं सकते। जब सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जब हम जमाने में थे तो हम लोग पापा मम्मी से डरते थे, और अब जो जमाना है हमको बच्चों से डरना पड़ता है। तो ये चीज अपना समय देखे तो मेरे ख्याल से शायद ही कोई हो अपने मम्मी पापा से पिटाई नहीं खाया हो यहाँ पे। अभी हम लोग बच्चों को मतलब जोर से बोल भी नहीं सकते, तो ये चेंजेस काफी हुए हैं अभी।
वो इसलिए हुए हैं क्योंकि आजकल जो है कंप्यूटर एज है, बच्चे जो है कंप्यूटर और मोबाइल मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से इतना कुछ सीख लेते हैं, इतना कुछ कर लेते हैं। अच्छा, डांटने का यह है कि पहले जो है पेरेंट्स डांट देते थे, तो क्या होता था, अगर पापा की या मम्मी की, पापा की भी आवाज सुनाई दी बाहर से, तो हम लोग एकदम पहले ही सब बिल्कुल घर में स्थिर हो जाते थे। आज के बच्चे नहीं होते हैं। तो ये एक तो समय का फर्क है। आज अभी उतनी फ्रीडम है सबको। आप ये बताइए, आपको इतनी फ्रीडम थी कि अपने घर में नहीं होगी। आपको घर में बुजुर्ग भी होंगे, तहजीब ज्यादा होगी। आजकल के बच्चे कहाँ सबके पांव छूते हैं, नहीं छूते हैं, या वो संस्कार है ही नहीं जो आपके थे। तो आपका और आपका समय, वही मैं कह रही हूँ कि समय बदल गया है। उस बदलते हुए समय में, उस परिवेश में आप भी अपने आप को ढालो। आपका बच्चा आया शतीश है।
अब तो टीचर्स के पास छड़ी भी नहीं होते, हमारे समय तो पता नहीं कहाँ का छड़ी होता था उनके पास।
हाँ, नहीं, लेकिन अगर अभी कोई मास्टर या टीचर छड़ी से मारता है तो उसकी फौरन वीडियो बना के जो है वो वायरल हो जाती है। अभी पीट के दिखाए कोई नहीं मारेगा, और गलत भी है वो चीज। वही तो मैं कह रही हूँ, ये बात बात पर उनका ना करें अपमान, छोटी छोटी उपलब्धियों पर उन्हें दे सम्मान, कभी ना लगाएं गलत अनुमान बच्चों के बारे में, कभी गलत ना हो सकता है कल आपको इन पर हो अभिमान। जी,
ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल रेखा जी।
तो अभी हम दोबारा सुनेंगे, बट अभी
हाँ,
जो लोग हैं, मृदु और मेधा and many one किसान पालक, so we will discuss with them also.
I would like to start with Medha. आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगी?
I'm Medha, artist based in Dubai. Thank you, Anil ji, for giving us this opportunity for a noble cause. And thank you, Rajesh ji. What you are doing is a really wonderful job. Rekha ji, आपको सुन के बहुत ही अच्छा लगा, और I liked your poem also. And Abhijit ji also, बहुत अच्छे tips मिले प्राणायाम के. I do yoga every day in the morning, and it really works. And it like बहुत अच्छा उसका बदन पे और शरीर पे इफेक्ट आता है. To speak about mental health, मेरे बच्चे दोनों बड़े हैं, तो I can give some points. Or they have done very well in their life. Maybe I am fortunate mother, but I like to add some points. First thing is be positive. As my painting says, hope. Hope gives hope is the thing which we carry for you. If it will help you for your entire life. Always give positivity, spread positivity among your children. जो छोटे हैं तभी से आप उनके साथ पॉजिटिव ही बात कीजिए. उन्होंने जब भी कुछ भी गलत किया तो उनको डांटने के बाद ये अच्छी चीज नहीं हो गई, लेकिन you will do better. You have the abilities to do it and you can do better. So this is the way. First, that positive, be positive. Negative बात करने बहुत होती है। हर एक निगेटिविटी कुछ ना कुछ अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में आता है, तो हम लोग निगेटिव हो जाते, लेकिन ट्राई टू अवॉइड द निगेटिविटी। निगेटिव बात करने से बच्चे के ऊपर निगेटिव कुछ भी, मे बी नॉट बैड वर्ड्स और एनीथिंग, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट देम इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर चाइल्ड, वो उतना ही उसको दिमाग में लाएगा। वो पॉजिटिव जो आप बता रहे वो भूल जाएगा। इसके लिए ऑलवेज बी पॉजिटिव। दूसरी चीज है कि हम लोग बच्चों को जो आजकल के पेरेंट्स है, दे वी आर हम लोग जब भी बड़े हो गए तो हम लोग वी वर इन जॉइंट फैमिली, बट अभी जो बच्चे बड़े बड़े होते हैं वो न्यूक्लियर फैमिली में बड़े होते हैं। तो बच्चा माँ बाप उसके साथ एक फ्रेंड की तरह व्यवहार करते पहले से ही, फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग। हाँ, तुझे मोबाइल ले मोबाइल, यू प्ले विद मोबाइल। इवन I have seen the ladies who are in the house, like they are housewives, but then when they are busy with their household work, they give mobile to a child, to a small, like 2 years or 1.5 year child also, he is playing with the mobile, and that lady is busy in the kitchen work or something. So try to avoid that. How you can avoid? बच्चा सोता है तो उठने के पहले थोड़े काम निपटा लो, नहीं तो कुछ भी करो। When बच्चा आपका जब भी आपके साथ है तो यू टॉक टू दैट चाइल्ड। आप उसके साथ बैठो, उसके बुक्स दिखाओ, उसको कुछ स्टोरीज बताओ, उसका खाना खुद खिलाओ, नहीं तो उसको खाना खिलाते वक्त उसको कुछ स्टोरीज बताओ। डोंट स्विच ऑन द टीवी। सो टीवी देखते देखते बच्चा क्या देखेगा, कुछ सीरियल देखेगा, और बिकॉज दैट लेडी वांट्स टू सी सीरियल, उसकी माँ को सीरियल देखना, इसके लिए वो बच्चों को भी जबरदस्ती वो सीरियल देखना पड़ता है। सो दैट इज अ बैड थिंग। इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट यू ओपन अ बुक। Books are the best things which we can give our child, teach our child. उसको छोटे बचपन से उसको जो बुक्स की आदत डालोगे तो आगे जाके भी they will become their best friends. So instead of giving mobile, or instead of switching on TV while eating food, or while when they have the spare time, you can you can tell them the stories, or make उनको बुक्स पढ़ने की आदत डालो। तीसरी बात ये है कि बच्चों को अभी डांटने का आया कि हम लोग को पेरेंट्स सबके सामने डांटते थे, सबके सामने हम लोग को बोलते थे, और फिर हम लोग we used to feel very bad, अरे मेरे पापा ने मुझे, उतना ही दिमाग में रहेगा। वैसे जैसे रेखा जी ने बताया कि उतना ही बच्चे के दिमाग में रहता है। तो हम लोग वो अवॉइड करना चाहिए कि सबके सामने नहीं डांटना चाहिए। if your child is not behaving properly in society or anywhere else, if he makes mistakes, don't shout at him at that moment. उसके बाद उसको शांत है, जब everything gets over, गेस्ट नहीं है, कोई नहीं, तो उसको प्राइवेटली उसको बोलो, और उसको बोलो कि this you have done is wrong. You can I know that you are not like that person. आपके दिमाग में कुछ होएगा, इसके लिए आप ऐसे बात कर रहे हो, तो you can ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए। ऐसे whatever way you can tell positively, you should explain your child. और मारने की बात है तो आजकल तो मारते ही नहीं है, मारते नहीं है, डांटते नहीं है। और दूसरी चीज, जो आप बच्चे को जो बोल रहे हो कि ये नहीं करना चाहिए, वो आप भी नहीं करना चाहिए। ऐसे होते हैं पेरेंट्स कि ये नहीं करने का है, ये बराबर नहीं है, ये आप नहीं कर सकते, और खुद ही कर दे रहे हैं। तो दैट इज द वेरी बैड थिंग। बच्चों के सामने आप जो उनको सिखा रहे हो वो आप खुद भी सीखना चाहिए। बच्चों को बोलेंगे झूठ नहीं बोलना, और आप फ्रेंड किसी को अपने रिश्तेदार के साथ बात करते ये करते, तभी अरे मैं नहीं जाने वाला है, मैं ये ऐसे बोल दूं उसको कि मैं आज बिजी है, ऐसे। आप बिजी नहीं हो लेकिन फिर भी आप बोलते, तो यू आर टेलिंग लाइज in front of child. You are telling your friend a lie, and you are telling your child not to lie. ऐसे वो कंट्रोवर्शियल नहीं बात करनी चाहिए। तो ये सब चीज ध्यान में रखोगे तो एटलीस्ट योर चाइल्ड, he will not become like idol, but still you can make your child a better citizen, better person, and be positive always. Thank you so much, Anilji, and thank you, Reveshri, for Olia, and thank you for giving me this opportunity for the Nobel cause. Thank you.
Myself, Yashna Bansal. I am amateur artist. So nowadays, mental health is very common problem. 1 out of 5 adults every year uh, experience this mental health problem. Some of the things we can do to avoid this mental health problem are value yourself, avoid negative person, surrounded yourself with some of the person who are give you a positive vibe, and break up the monotony and quiet your mind and relieve stress. Thank you so much.
Bridu, would you like to share your views?
First of all, I want to say thank you, Mridu, because Mridu was connected with the Akriti. And yesterday only Mridu has given the number of Akriti. So thank you, Mridu, for connecting us with the
Thank you,
Akriti.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Rangshri ma'am. And आपके बेटे का बर्थडे है आज, तो बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. और मैं सिर्फ इतना चाहूंगी कि मतलब कहना चाहूंगी कि मेंटल हेल्थ और जिन बच्चों को भी प्रॉब्लम ऐसी है उसको आप एक्सेप्ट कर लो सबसे पहले एज अ मदर, एज अ पेरेंट. तो बहुत सारी चीजें वहीं पे खत्म हो जाती हैं. आप क्या करना चाहते हो लाइफ में वो उनको डिसाइड करने दो. हम एज अ पेरेंट सिर्फ इतना हेल्प कर सकते हैं कि उनको किसी अगर स्टडी में है अच्छे तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो हमें एक एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज में उन्हें इन्वॉल्व करना चाहिए. हम भी अगर पूरे दिन काम करते हैं और कुछ एक ड्रॉ भी करते हैं ना, तो हमारा एक स्ट्रेस बूस्ट होता है. म्यूजिक सुनते हैं तो भी अच्छा लगता है, टीवी देखते हैं तो भी अच्छा लगता है. बस इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी. और आर्ट मुझे लगता है भी है कि अगर हमारे माइंड में, हमारे हार्ट में कुछ भी चल रहा है तो हम उसको पेन से ड्रॉ करके पेपर पे एक्सप्रेस कर पाते हैं. कभी कभी हमें वर्ड्स नहीं मिलते हैं, हम एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो वो दिस इज द बेस्ट वे. तो बस इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी. बाकी सबने बहुत अच्छा बोला ही है, सभी ने बहुत अच्छे सजेशन दिए हैं. मिस आकृति ने भी बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट्स रखे कि हमें ऐसे बिहेवियर खुद में चेंज करने चाहिए. बस मुझे इतना ही कहना है. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.
I want to introduce Divakar. Divakar is a good friend of me since last 1 year only, though. And he's a social worker, sometimes irrespective of his busy schedule. And he is a good worker in the Bihar Samaj because he's always helpful to everybody. So Divakar, just 2 minutes because you discussed a lot of things during the Akriti session. Anything you just want to add in 1 minute only, please?
Actually, I would like to add only a thing related to the inferiority complex, which is not for kids, it is for everyone. The land of India from where we belongs, Bihar, Jharkhand, all this thing. So we have a very nice people and very strong people like Anil Kejriwal and others are here in UAE. But still our community, we are thinking that how we'll go in front of like embassy and all the elite persons in UAE. So, but we are trying towards making them that much strong that everyone can go and talk to meet the person that if ambassador is coming, I'm giving the example. So people will not go and talk because I am from Bihar, my English is not good, possible I won't be able to talk to him. So we are front ending, like myself, Mr. Kejriwal and few more. So we are bringing them together so they can kill this negativeness. That yeah. Okay, we are also the thing. Like you can see, I'll just appreciate Mr. Kejriwal because on this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, it was totally, you can see entire Bihar, Jharkhand was there in embassy, and people were thinking before that, can I go in front of embassy also? So we have people and they have a strong strength also. So, but we have to make them, show them the path, how we can be aligned with the top liners of UAE. And it is really happening. Since morning, Mr. I'm sorry I'm late here because I was, we have a festival called Chhat Puja. So we started the preparation. Because of that, I was roaming around all the cities area. Just I came back, that's what I'm late. So this some points are there. Mr. Kejriwal always helping us, and we are together always. And he's also from Bihar, Jharkhand. So really, and the initiative he is taking for past he has taken, and in the future he's going to take. Really, it is very fruitful for everyone.
Thank you, Divakar. Yes, Devi. Palak.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, one thing I would like to add to what Divakarji said. You are talking about people not being confident in about, in speaking English when they came to meet the ambassador. So being someone who has done research in language, I would like to say one thing. Please do communicate it to the people whom you are training. Please to tell them that language is just a means to communicate, whatever language it be, and English is in no way superior to our mother tongue. And the accents, or the accent that they use, I'm from Kerala. We Malayalis have a different accent when they speak English.
Yes.
You're from Bihar, you will speak in a different way. Here, I have done my PhD in English, but my husband speaks better English than me because he was educated abroad. So it depends, and there is no way that you're inferior to someone or superior. Please ask them to not have such kind of a
Actually,
mindset.
I gave the example only for this language, but thing is that we are not about this only. So many things. Sometimes if you see the five-star hotels, you won't be try to enter into this. So lot we cannot get into the discussion. It's a very long chapter. So lot many things that is. In Delhi University, if you go, all the toppers are from Bihar, but the impression is something else. So same thing.
And बिहार के लोग शुरू से ही बहुत फेमस हैं।
मैम
इतने जुनूनी पढ़ने के लिए क्या उनको जो भी बनना है एक बार मन में ठान लिया तो अपने आप को कमरे में बंद करके दिन रात उस पर मेहनत करते हैं। ये चीज सबसे ज्यादा आईएएस वहीं से मिलेंगे।
हमारे केजरीवाल साहब को देखिए, अभी डायरेक्टर हैं।
वही कह रहे हैं कि वहां से बहुत सुना है, बहुत सालों से सुना है।
नहीं तो ऐसा है, मेरे साथ थोड़ा क्या है कि अगर मैं अमेरिका की बात कर रहा हूँ किसी से, जैसे पता चलेगा कि इंडियन है, मैं लैंग्वेज स्विच कर देता हूँ। तो बोले यार क्या कर दिया तुमने, ठीक है इंग्लिश के लिए मेरा इंग्लिश खर्चा करवा रहे, हिंदी में बात करो। कैलिफोर्निया बात रही थी मेरी किसी कॉन्फ्रेंस में, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के बंदे से पता चला कहाँ का है, तो लखनऊ का है। बोले कहा है के लिए भाई मेरा तरफ से इंग्लिश खर्चा करवा रहे हो, तो कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑल्सो आई स्विच द लैंग्वेज। मेरा सीईओ हंसने लगता है।
So Palak is there.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Palak. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good. Pallavi, yes, please.
First of all, I will really thank sir, because I had many questions to ask, because of my kids, and today I've got the right platform. And they basically, as you know, the conversation was going about language. I will rather start with leaving English. I'll start with Hindi. So I think it is like with that language. So actually, the question was, I have two kids. मेरे दो बच्चे हैं. One is the elder one, daughter, who is in a teenage and she's doing well. Our communication is good as a daughter and a mother. But the problem is, जो मेरा छोटा बेटा है, he needs time to play. He only needs time to play. Now I don't understand how do I cope up with his studies and with his playing time, because उसको काफी ample time देती हूँ मैं खेलने के लिए. If I'll tell you one incident which was 2-3 days back. He wanted to go out to play, and I told him you have to learn this spelling. So he was like, no, मेरा mood नहीं है. I don't want to study right now. I want to just play. So I gave him time. 15 minutes में तुझे ये spellings जो है complete करने हैं, 50 spellings, okay? So after that, I'll leave you and I'll tell you to go play. I'll give you that permission. Literally, he did all those 50 spellings within 10 minutes. So I'm actually confused. I really need a help on that part. कि how I know कि मेरे बच्चे को कैसे करूँ कि यार I do understand playing is more important, but somewhere study भी बहुत important है. तो how do I cope up with that?
This is every parent's dilemma, what you're saying. I'm really happy you touched upon this. I remember my child, my son, who was a 5-year-old. One day he came back from school and he said, "Why are we not born educated, mummy?" So if we were born educated, we didn't have to go to school. We didn't have to do anything. We could just be do whatever we wanted. So that's not the situation. You just have to be monitoring their interests and keep an eye on what exactly suits that child's personality. So that's what is important when you are dealing with your child. And I'm sure you will encourage, you can give a balance. If you do this study for about 10-15 minutes, you can go for 10 minutes to play. You can balance it that way. Yeah,
Mama,
give him.
actually, I'm doing the same thing, but every time he is into that playing mode only. So for studies, he is like, see, I studied for 10 minutes, so I need a break for 1 hour. So that's where it is struggle.
Understand the Rangshri, because Mr. Basudevan Liasli is here, and you have not given much opportunity to tell about this event. So just can you tell what happened with your brother and how it works, so that everybody can take a lesson that you should not work with someone else also.
Yes, actually, the reason we started, a lot of these parents who are talking, I would like to tell all of them that my brother suffered from schizophrenia because at the age of 20, he though he scored 95.5% in BSc Maths, unfortunately in the year 1980 there was a major agitation in Karnataka for reservation, which is why he was coming not under reservation category. So he was denied a seat for a master's degree in maths, which was his passion. And when he came home, he was so disappointed that his name was not in the list, and he found some of his friends who had a certificate of caste certificate, because of which they had just scored 45 or 50% only, and he was very disappointed that he didn't get a seat whereas they got a seat. And then he came home. My father asked him, "Why didn't you score 100?" This exactly is what a person, when he is coming home, he's not being given this support that he expected from a parent. And then he was given this answer, that a question he was asked, why you didn't score 100, which is not unfortunately not, that was not the only reason, but there were many other reasons that there were also a genetic reason, because I had my grandmother who suffered from this problem, and then I had an uncle who suffered from this. So there must have been genetic transmission also. um, there are reasons why it's a labor of love. When he suffered from this, there was no support I received for nearly 5 years, from the age of 20 to 25, that he was there at home. I used to see absolute violence at home. He was beating up my parents. He was absolutely abnormal, and I did not know why a person was behaving like that. I thought he was doing it deliberately. But gradually, with professional help from NIMHANS and other places, I learned that I have to accept that he has got a condition called schizophrenia, and these happen because of chemical imbalance in the brain, and that he has to live with it for the rest of his life, and he might have to live in a rehab. So rehabs were very limited, and that's why I got involved in starting organizing families like me coming together to set up institutions. I set up Richmond Fellowship Society in Delhi, in Family Fellowship Society in Bangalore with support from NIMHANS, and I also started one rehab in Bombay. So like this, a very limited number of institutions. You need actually 1% of the population is affected, but with COVID happening, it's even increased more. But every parent should not wait for any governmental support or anything like that. They themselves have to raise resources and kind of talk about it openly. Just don't be shy, so that we destigmatize this condition. When you start talking to people, you will realize that there are two other people who they will come forward and say, yeah, I know someone in my family, I know someone else. They come and talk about it. So there's no need to hide about it. Let's face it. It happens to anybody. It can happen to anyone. And it's just like cancer or diabetes, people take medicines for life. Same way, they will have to take medicines, and these days new treatments are happening, and every family should accept. And just by leaving them in rehab or institutions, don't feel that, okay, this is my responsibility is over, somebody else is taking care of my problem. That's not it. They need to be staying in touch with the individual for him to recover. So that is a big message I would like to share. And also I'm very very happy that today my brother, wherever he is looking at us, and we are celebrating his birthday, remembering him. I lost him on 24th of April 2019, and but he has left a legacy for me and my younger brother Narayan, who lives in US. We both are always thinking of him, always finding opportunity to help such people like him. And we would be very happy to continue this efforts with the support of this has been one very great opportunity that Anil ji has given us to come together to celebrate the artistic celebration of beautiful minds. We never know, Vincent van Gogh was one such person who suffered from this illness. We might find somebody like him. So this is thanks a lot to all who have. Thank you.
Devi, because you were listening all the way through 2 hours. So yes, anything from your side before we leave, and the Rekha ji and everyone. So yes.
Thank you, Anil. I don't have much to add because all of you here are seniors to me. I'm probably one of the youngest here now. But from my experience, when I listened to Miss Akriti, she was talking about writing the gratitude journal and all. I have been doing this for a while now, and I would like to say that things like this helps a lot. And what I do, I would like to share the routine that I usually follow in my life to stay positive. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I just close my eyes, take deep breath, and I would just surrender the whole day to God. I would just say that I surrender myself, my family, everyone around me, my friends, everyone. And it keeps me, it gives us a kind of stability, the feeling of stability, to move forward through the day. And after that, I do meditation. I do it every day, and I think it keeps us calm, amidst all the problems that's going on around. I always try to stay positive, and I think meditation helps a lot in that. And writing the journal, being thankful, it actually lifts your vibrations. Being thankful for every single thing, even if it's a small thing. I love ice creams. If I get a cup of ice cream, and I'm thankful for that. Even such small things, we should be thankful for. It's not because we don't always have reasons to be thankful. There'll be a lot of negative things happening around you, and our mind has this tendency to focus on negatives always. We have to deliberately put effort to focus on positives. So try to see good in everything that's happening around you. There will be something happening around you. Just if your child comes to you and gives you a hug or a kiss, that is enough to be happy. So let's just find causes around us to be happy, and let's just stay happy. And I think that's the basic thing to
and one more
have.
Thing, one more thing here, Devi. Make a real friend, not a digital friend. Like you have seen 5,000 Facebook friend and so many digital friend and Snapchat, Instagram followers. But you have never a single friend where you can say anything, when you can express your anger on him or her. So the basic thing, and nowadays so many popularity, but people die because of the loneliness. In India, you don't know who is the next door of yours, and you have 5,000 Facebook friends. So what is the use of that Facebook friend if you don't know the near neighbor? So in that case, most important is go outside, meet the people, because no, in the last events, we make so many friends, we chat in the group and all. So, but make a real friend where you can express your happiness, where you can express your sorrow, where you can anger. Most importantly, sharing the anger is also the most important. The sharing the happiness, because expression of anger is the most important, because otherwise it will be inside you and then it will be killing you every day.
One more thing I would like to add to that, Anilji. Usually when people come to us with their problems, they are not actually expecting a solution from us. They just need a listener. So usually what we tend to do is we will try to, tell them that you need to do this thing, you need to do that way. But, the only thing they need is a good listener. If we are able to, stop talking and listening to people, that will be a great thing. And yeah, that's Anil, what you said is really, it's a great thought, Anilji. We need to be good listeners.
अभी तो परिवार में भी टाइम नहीं मिलता ना सबको बैठने के लिए, जैसे पहले मिलता था, आजकल परिवार में कहाँ मिलता है उतना टाइम के।
एक पिक्चर देखी थी कि कोई नानी माँ से मिलने गया है, तो नानी माँ अकेली बैठी है, सब लोग मोबाइल पे लगे हुए हैं, लॉन्ग बैक ऐसी
वही मैं कह रही हूँ कि परिवार में भी हम आपस में मिल के बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, वो भी एक बहुत अच्छा है।
वही बहुत है, yeah, that is the
just to close that today, first of all I must to thank Rangshri, because Rangshri was from day one, seriously, from the day one, means the start of this event, day and night connecting with the institute. See, sometimes because I had some other Azadi event and some other event, but she was working 5 months continuously from the April. Every time, Anil ji, kya hua uska, kaise hua, since institute adding. So seriously, without Rangshri, it was not at all possible. We just given you a platform, and you have given the wings to this event. And after that, when we discussed last 15 days back, then we added open to the artists also, so they can also express their feelings about the arts and the mental health. So that way it started, but without you, and it was not possible. We'll do this event every year, we just assure you, and definitely we will add more and more institutes. You have heard from the Leslie that how they have experienced in the of the art event in the mental asylum, the mental health clinics, I will say. And I never forget the day when you connected me with the Madurai Mental Day Hospital, I think last on your birthday, 24th of April. And after that, Mega Devi, there are the paintings which Rangshri has shared. Out of 12 or 15, most of them make a home. That's all. Home, simple home. Just how much they're feeling that they're missing their home. What the people do? They just dump their parents, dump their friends, dump their relatives. They were pagal ho gaya. Something like that. No, they never come up to see them also in after a long time also. So even some are good, but there's no place to send them back. So definitely Rangshri is directly connecting with the Madurai Institute. She can tell, because the people are okay, but they have no place to go. Institute have nothing to say, where to send. So if you will see the paintings of these guys, which is not a painting, I'll say the art expression. So most of them make the home picture only, just simple, the home, since the childhood we are making. So just we don't need the sympathetic, we give the support of them, not sympathy, कि बेचारे को ये हो गया, बेचारे बोलने की वजह उसको हमको दिखता है तो हमें सपोर्ट करना चाहिए, उनको सपोर्ट की जरूरत है, just like we are trying our best through the arts. So anything you can just support of them. So anything from yours or to close this event?
Thank you so much, Anilji. I wouldn't have progressed this far without your help. And thanks for supporting in giving medals and certificates and recognizing the. Actually, it's a very great idea that we didn't think of making it a competition but a participation. That's what is more important, as you learned from Lisa, that this
we are giving a certificate to everyone. There's no competition. Where the competition comes, then depression, anxiety, and so many things are coming. So there's nothing competition on this. Whoever participated, we are going to give trophies.
True. We are not going to look at their artistic
not at all.
creativity, that just an expression of their feelings that we'll understand and make it a reality for them. Yeah. Thank you so much, Anilji, and thanks to
Thank you.